Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So today's video is going to be baby names that I love but won't be using. So basically it'll just be names that Chris and I both like or love, but for whatever reason we aren't going to be using them. And I'll just give a brief description about each name, why we won't be using it or why it might not work or whatever the reason is. So I would definitely be doing that throughout the video. If you are into sort of like the uncommon, unique, different word type baby names, definitely keep watching. I think you'll really like this video. If you're into more of like the more common and like traditional names, you're probably gonna think a lot of these names are so crazy and so out there, which that is totally fine. None of the names that I will actually be saying we are actually using. That's the whole point of the video. They're just names that we either like really love or just really like, and for whatever reason we won't be using them at all. So feel free to steal any of these names. Again, none of these names are what we are actually naming our babies. I just thought this video would be a really fun video to do. Of course, I'm not pregnant right now, as you guys have seen our last video, or if you just follow us on social media, we are in the process of trying to have a baby through IVF. So we are in the stages of IVF currently. We really hope that we are able to get pregnant with our miracle baby later this year. So fingers crossed for that. Again, if you want to take any of these baby names, that's fine. If you don't, and if you hate all the baby names that I say because they're so different, that is totally fine too. Let's get started. We will start with the girl names. So the first girl name that I have on here is the name Ireland. You guys, I love the name Ireland. I think that is the cutest name ever. Funny story, Ireland was our #1 girl's name for years, like years. When we would talk about our baby girl, we would always talk about her like we would call her Ireland because we just love that name so much. The reason why we won't be using this name is because it's kind of close to what our top 2 girls' name is, and we ended up just liking like some other names more than it, but I love this name. Next girl's name is the name Drew. So another trend that I like for baby names is I love unisex names, especially boy names for girls. I just love names like that. So Drew would be one of them. I feel like Drew is primarily a boy's name. I just love that name. It's kind of like like Drew Barrymore. I just love the name Drew. I think that's so cute. I love how it's a 1-syllable name too. Actually, our top girl's name is also a 1-syllable name. But yeah, I just love the name Drew. Chris wasn't too crazy about it. He thought it was cute, but he wasn't like obsessed with it. I remember one of my sisters, she did not like the name at all, but I just think Drew is so cute. I just think it's short and sweet, and I think it ages really well too. Next name is the name Frankie. I love this name. I think it is so cute. Another unisex kind of name. I feel like it's kind of like the girl version of the name Frank for a boy, but I do know there's boys named Frankie too. But I love the name Frankie, and I actually originally heard this name from Amber Fillerup. One of her daughter's names is Frankie, and I just loved like the little nicknames they would give her. They would call her like Frankinator, Frankster. I just thought those were so cute, but I think Frankie is such a cute name. The reason why we won't be using it, I just feel like it just doesn't really flow with the baby girl names that we currently have, and also Chris wasn't like obsessed with it. Another reason why some of these names don't really work is because our last name is Kelly, and Kelly is primarily a girl's name and it's a first name, so it's really hard. We have to find names that flow with the name Kelly so it doesn't sound like 2 first names. And I feel like sometimes names that end with the E sound, they don't really flow with Kelly because Kelly ends with the E sound. So Frankie, Kelly, I don't know, it just sounds, I guess it kind of does flow, I don't know, but I just don't really like Frankie, Kelly like together. It just sounds kind of like 2 first names in a way. I don't know, but I do think it's such a cute name. Next name on the list, my mom is obsessed with, and she wants us to name our kid this, like still to this day. She wants it to be one of the girls' names, and it is the name Journey. I love this name. I think it's so cute, and I feel like it does have a lot of meaning for us too, just because, like I mentioned earlier, we are in the process of trying to have a baby through IVF, and with that, it is a journey. So I feel like that kind of has some like significance, a little cheesy, but I feel like it has like some little significance there. And then also both mine and my husband's, especially my husband's, one of our favorite bands is the band Journey. We love Journey so much. We love their music. We actually danced to one of their songs on our first dance for our wedding. We danced to Open Arms. So it just kind of makes us think about that too. But my husband also loves the name Journey. I do think that name is so cute, and it makes me sad that I'm like even admitting this and like openly saying that name, because for the longest time that name was like in our top 3. Like, I'm telling you, like, this probably didn't change until about a year and a half to 2 years ago that it like dropped from being even like in our top 5 really. But I love that name. A nickname for Journey, I would call her JoJo for short. I know I'm saying I love that name so much and my mom likes it, but I mean, really the only reason why we won't be using that name is just because we've just come across other girl names that we just like a lot more. So it kind of pushes that name down. We just like other names more. Next name, I absolutely love this name, you guys. Like, I think this is the sweetest name ever. And I feel like if there's any name on my list between boys and girls, I really hope, I know I've said this for other names, but that I really hope other people, like someone I know, like I hope one of my sisters names their kid this name. I just think this girl's name is so beautiful. It's so pretty. It is the name Isla. I love that name so much. I just think it's so cute, and I think it's so like, it's not a common name at all. I feel like it has kind of grown in popularity over the years, but I feel like it's still very different. It's not like your Samantha, Jessica, Kim, you know, it's very different, and I just think it's so pretty. Chris honestly is not a huge fan of the name. He's not crazy about it, so that's the reason why we won't be using it. Next name on the list is the name Goldie. We will not be using this name because my husband hates it. He does not like it at all. I think it's a really cute name. I don't want to say, this is more of a name that I like rather than love. I do like it. I think it's really, really cute. Honestly, I just can never see us naming our kid Goldie. I personally just feel like the name Goldie, when I hear the name Goldie, I think of a girl with not even like bleach blonde hair, like a little girl with like the golden, dirty brown, blondish hair. And like, that's the type of kid I just imagine. And I doubt our kids are gonna have any form of like light hair. They'll probably have, you know, brown hair like my husband and I. But yeah, I just don't really think, and then plus I just don't really think it flows with our current baby names, but I do think that name is really cute. I just feel like it doesn't really age well. My husband hates it, so that's an immediate out. Next name on my list, I love this name. I think it is so freaking cute. Literally the only reason why we will not be using this name is because we just have other names that we just like more than it, but I love this name. If I were to have like 7 girls, like the 8th girl or even the 7th or even the 6th, honestly, girl would probably be named this name because I just love it so much. It is the name Clark. I love the name Clark. I think it is so freaking cute. This is another unisex type name. I feel like it could be used for a boy or a girl. I think primarily it is a boy's name, but I think Clark is so cute. I think that's such a cute name, and Chris really liked this name too. It's just really the only reason why we're not using this is just because we have at least, again, I keep saying this, but we really do have at least like our top 5 girl names, and we're like solid on those names, and this one is like 6th. So if we were to have 6 baby girls, the 6th baby girl would probably be named Clark. Next name, and the last name on our girls list, is also a boy's name, primarily a boy's name, but it can be used for a girl, and it is the name Parker. I have seen this name used for a girl probably within the last like year or so. I've seen it a few times used for a girl, and I think it's really cute. I think it's really starting to grow in popularity. I feel like a lot of people are starting to use it, especially for a girl, but I just think that name is so sweet. This is also like a newer name. Like I said, I've heard it like in the last year or so, especially used for a girl. I think it's really, really cute. My husband was not obsessed with the name. He didn't really like it. He honestly thought of like Aspen and Parker, which I'm sure if you guys are watching YouTube, you probably know who Aspen and Parker are. And he said that's what he thinks about when he hears the name Parker. So he wasn't like crazy about the name, but I do think it's really sweet. I think it's really cute. And I think, again, it's just one of those boy names for a girl that I think is absolutely adorable. So next, I'm going to be going down the list for the boy names. So the very first name on my list is the name Crew, and that is Crew. And they are currently redoing the roads around our house, like getting prepared for winter season. I know, getting prepared for winter season in August, like crazy. So yeah, I apologize for the background noise. This was honestly like our top 3 boys name for the longest time. I would probably spell it with a K. My husband is Christopher with a K, and I just think that would be cute. But I love Crew. I love that it's a 1 syllable. But the reason why we won't be using this name is because it has definitely grown in popularity. I feel like a lot of people have used the name Crew over the last like 3 years or so. So we don't want a super common name. Plus, I feel like it doesn't really flow with our top boy names that we have. I feel like it's kind of normal compared to our top boy names, and I feel like it just wouldn't flow. Next name is also a very popular and I feel like common name nowadays, especially for any kids born within the last 5 years. It is the name Archer or Archie. I love that name. I think it's so cute. I like Archie better than Archer, but I've seen it done either way. I would prefer Archie, but I feel like both have been way overused. I feel like that is a very common name, especially within the last 5 years. I feel like a lot of people have named their kid that, and I feel like a lot of people have named their kid that because I think it's also one of the characters' names on the show Riverdale. We wouldn't be using it just because it is a very common name. We personally, our baby names, we don't want to be like super common. Like we want them to be different and not as commonly used. I do like the uncommon names, and Archie or Archer, I just feel like those become very common within the last like 5 years. Next name that we love won't be using is the name Shepherd. I think that name is so cute. I actually got that name from a girl I follow on Instagram. Her son's name is Shepherd, and I think that is so cute. I think it's a different name. It's not common at all. We won't be using it because my husband doesn't really like it, for one, so that's an immediate no. And also, it doesn't really flow with our other boys' names. I think Shepherd is so cute, and we would call him Shep for short. And also, all my Grey's Anatomy fans, I'm pretty sure, I'm not a huge Grey's person, but my little sister is. She loves Grey's Anatomy, and she can quote like every scene and episode. And I'm pretty sure, is it Dr. Dreamy? I think it's Dr. Dreamy. I think his name in the show is Shepherd. Next name on my list is the name Easton. Easton is very commonly used and very popular. I feel like in the next 10 years, we'll have like a lot of Eastons. I just think the name Easton is so cute. I've always loved that name. So we won't be using the name Easton for a lot of reasons. One of which kind of plays into what one of our top girl names is. So I don't want to say like too much, but that's a reason. And then also too, the main reason why we won't be using it is just because it is so commonly used. And again, we don't want a super common name, but I love the name Easton. I think it is so cute. I feel like any Easton I've ever met is like the cutest little boy ever. So yeah, we love the name Easton. I think it's just very commonly used, which is why we won't be using it. Next name on the list is the name Atticus. I love Atticus. Again, I got this name from the one and only Amber Fillerup. I love her. Her oldest boy's name is Atticus, and I just think that name is so cute. If we ever needed like a 4th boy's name, honestly, we may use Atticus, because I just think that name is so cute. I love that name. I hate that it has grown in popularity over the years, so that's the reason why I made it to this list of us not using it. But I feel like it has become more common over the years, but I do really like that name. I think it's really cute. I just don't know if Atticus Kelly, like, does that sound weird? Like when I say it, Atticus Kelly. Atticus Kelly. I don't know, it just sounds kind of weird to me. Like, so I don't know about that. I just feel like our last name kind of sounds weird with it. I don't know. Let me know. It's hard to find names. Even like our top names were even hard to like to find as our top boy and girl names, because our last name, for one, it's a girl's name, and for two, it's a first name. So it's kind of hard to find, you know, first names to go with another name. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but Atticus Kelly, I just think sounds a little weird, but I love the name. I love the name Atticus. I think it's really cute. Next name on our list is the name Hunter. I have loved this name for years. I love the name Hunter. I just think it's such like a strong boy's name. Like when I think of Hunter, like Hunter, I don't know. It just sounds like very strong and like masculine almost. We won't be using this name because it is so popular. I feel like, especially, I feel like, when was it? I feel like maybe like 6 years ago, everyone, I feel like Hunter was one of the names everyone was using, and like Liam, Luca, I feel like people were using. Like there was like this wave of like 5 boy names that everyone was using, and I feel like Hunter was one of them. So that's why we won't be using Hunter, because it's a very common name, but I feel like Hunter Kelly sounds so good. I love that name. Chris loves that name too. Again, we just hate how popular it is and how common it is. Last name on my boys list, I honestly was debating whether to add this to my boys or my girls list, because I would totally use it for a girl's name too. It is the name Rode or Rhodes. I don't know which one I would use, either Rode or Rhodes. But this is also a newer name. I recently discovered it because I think it's Hailey Bieber's middle name, and I think her skincare line, I think it's called Rode or Rhodes, I'm not sure. I was just scrolling on TikTok one day, and this girl had came across on my For You page, and she named her daughter Rhodes, and I thought that was so cute. I love that name. Chris immediately said, absolutely not. Again, we have our top girls' names. I don't even know why I show any interest in girls' names, because I even know this. We do have our top girl names already, and even our top boy names. So I know it like when I have made the list, but I do think that's really cute. I just haven't really heard that name before, and I feel like it's been popping up a lot lately. Another reason why I won't be using it, besides the fact that my husband absolutely hates it, we actually knew a guy in high school. His last name, it's either Rode or Rhodes, I don't know, but that's his last name. And immediately, like when I told my husband this name, he was like, that's so-and-so's last name. And I'm like, you're right, that is his last name. So we won't be using that name. But I do think it's really cute. Although my husband did say that it is a cool name, whatever that means. So that is it for today's video. Baby names that we love but won't be using, and why we won't be using those names, and why we love those names. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, please let me know. I just thought this would be like a fun video to do on my channel, and something to look back at once we are pregnant. And again, I'd love to make like a part 2 of this video with Chris. I think he would make it a lot more fun. I am trying to figure out an uploading schedule. Right now I'm just kind of uploading as I have time, but I would like to be more consistent and upload like at a specific, like on a specific day each day of the week. I think right now what I'm aiming for is to just to upload 1 video a week at least. I don't really have a day. It'll just kind of be like any day of the week, just when I have time, but I am aiming to at least upload once a week. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe so that way you guys don't miss any of our future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.